kill me. Oh yeah, another green light. I love green lights. I hate yellow lights. And I loathe red lights. Also because I got a fucking sunball beam in my face. Yeah, anyway, now we can talk about something that I want to talk about. And maybe it's something you'll want to listen to. You, sir, or ma'am, are you thinking of buying a used motorcycle? Or vehicle of any sort? Well, there's something you need to know. A little subject we call titles. A title, put simply, and you must always remember this if you're going to buy a car or sell one, a title is a piece of paper that proves ownership of a vehicle. If you have a vehicle and you do not have a title, you do not have legal ownership of that vehicle. Period. Now, some states are more lenient than others about this. In Michigan, my state, the state that I reside in, no leniency. You don't have a title, you don't own the vehicle. There's a process, of course, if you find yourself in possession of a vehicle with no title, that you can subject yourself to possibly get a legal title to the vehicle again. But it's painful. I won't go into the details because I'm not a state official or anything. Not really qualified to go into the details because I've never had to do it and I'm not familiar with them. But trust me when I say that it's not something you don't want to choose to go through. Boils down to either a shitload of paperwork and fees or basically an insurance policy that the bike won't turn up stolen or something at some point. So, yes, always remember this. You're buying a bike, no title. If you're, okay, so picture this. I should pay attention to my riding too here. Operating the motorcycle. I pulled up a little too close, didn't I? That's green. Stop putting on your makeup now. Wow, yellow lines, man! They made them there for a reason. So anyway, imagine this. You're scrolling through Craigslist trying to find yourself a used motorcycle. You come across one. It's a little older, needs a little work, but the price, man, the price is unbeatable. Reading the ad, oh yeah, this sounds great, this is the bike for me. And then you get to the words, no title. That should be a red flag, right there. That is a bike you want to stay away from, if you're intending to actually, ride it legally. If you just want a parts bike, or you want some scrap metal, fine. Do it up. Buy that puppy, bring it home, put it on a trailer. Put it in the frickin' smelting oven or whatever you got. Steal the parts off of it and put them on eBay. It's all good. But it is not a bike, in most states, that you can re-register with any degree of easiness. There are exceptions. Some states, I should have mentioned this earlier, some states past a certain age, they don't need a title. If you're in that boat, man, good for you. like I think it's 1985 or older. If you're in that boat, good for you. Rock on, brother. But going back to our Craigslist example, no title in a flag, or no title in an ad is, God, I'm writing like such a noob when I talk. No title in an ad for a bike is pretty much it's a deal breaker for me, because I'm not willing to go through the hassle of what it takes to get a title. To me, that's a parts bike. End of story. Other things to watch out for are salvage title. Not always a deal breaker, but it can be hard to get to insure depending on your insurance company. Salvage title could indicate that it has been in a crash, which means it may have a bent frame. A crash to a motorcycle is not always not a bad deal. Pretty much the same caveats there as with a car, Could be a perfectly good vehicle for many, many miles the rest of its life, as long as it doesn't have a bent frame. A bent frame gives you're just not gonna have a good time with it, period. I have seen ads that have said, has a clear title, but it's not in my name. Okay, so the person selling the bike does not have a legal claim to it, thus they do not have legal standing to sell it. It's actually that simple. So one thing that means is that, to me, a title, if the seller's trying to sell it, without a title that's in their name, that's basically a lost title at that point anyway. Something you can run into in that case is you'll have to pay all the previous registration or previous title fees, as well as, actually, I believe you'd also have to pay all the all the sales taxes as well, because in Michigan you have to pay a 6% sales tax on a vehicle, even a used vehicle. A lot of people think that's double dipping, and or triple or quadruple dipping on the state's part, and I have to say I kind of agree. Once the vehicle's been sold the first time, the state already got their money for that vehicle, and then whatever's on top of that is like gravy for them. So a lot of people fudge the sale number. Getting off topic, or getting kind of away from my train of thought at least. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, a title not in the seller's name is the same as no title, effectively. Unless they're willing to go back and find the original, the seller that they purchased it from, and pay all the fees associated with the title transfer. It's usually like $30 or something, at least in Michigan. Then I'd say go for it. The title is, in my opinion, what the frig is going on here? The seller's responsibility to sort out, not yours. Oh yes! One final word of advice. When you're buying a bike, used bike in particular, before you sign the title saying that you bought it, you're the new owner, you need to match up the VIN. The VIN on the title must match the VIN on the frame. If it does not, that is not a valid title for the bike, and the person selling the bike does not have not have legal ownership of that vehicle. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.